All right, so I wanted to do a quick test on some new materials and just kind of get a feel for them. Now, this is Maker's Pro Paint from Smooth On. And what I did here was these were a couple of the samples that I had, and I wanted to test how they would work on resin, on foam. Now, it's good to mention that there are a few other options here, that they have a flexible piece, a flexible material that kind of gets added in that makes it a little bit stronger, a little bit more flexible. But this is what I had, and I wanted to kind of test something. So what I did was, on this resin, on this foam piece, on the left side, the green side, I just painted this straight on. They say give it 48 hours to dry. It's about a day later. It's only 24 hours later. On this side, I did adhesion promoter, which is a clear, flexible, a clear application. I let that dry, and then I did just regular acrylic ink. The purpose here was, I was thinking, what if I were to just add something like this on top of a resin sculpture and then just paint it with the airbrush with my acrylic inks and see how that would do. So I just kind of brushed it on, just because I didn't feel like pulling everything out just to do that one section. But here we're going to see how strong, how durable this paint is for me. So let me, because as you can see, it's kind of like I'm not having any chipping. Here's where we're really going to kind of, it's actually pretty decent. I think I like going sideways, I might be able to put like a line or two in this, but we're actually pretty good. There's a couple little things here that I kind of went sideways and I was able to kind of make a line, but like as far as like chipping, like I'm not having any issues with this. Now for this purple side, do the same thing. So you can see here that it is kind of using with scratching, it is coming off a little bit. However, with just your nail, it's pretty strong. So I mean, if you were to jab into it with a knife, you can scrape things away, but it's still pretty durable even with just acrylic ink on top of this. Now, as far as the foam goes, like, it is pretty decently flexible. I did actually pick it up and mess with it maybe a couple hours after it was dry, and some of it did kind of come off on my finger. But right now we look pretty good. Now, as far as this purple side goes, I'm not sure if the purple is kind of like rubbing off and it might be getting like a little bit lighter, but it's still pretty flexible and pretty strong. So overall, I mean, I think it's a pretty decent product depending on what you're going to be using it for. It does only come in these big containers, at least that I know of. I don't know if they have a smaller sample, and it's mainly because, you know, these are scenic designs, so these are more for larger animatronic type of pieces and big setups and things like that. But it is doing pretty well for it. So I like that, you know, even if you were to do like a base color in one of these, or in like a flesh tone or something like that, and then build upon it, you know, you wouldn't have that issue of like the paint scratching off, you know, or flaking off like this. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.